Ghana, formerly known as the Gold Coast, has become one of the hottest places to visit. Named top most beautiful and safest African country to visit, I am proud to say I live in this beautiful country. With its many waterfalls, castles or forts, great nightlife, and tasty dishes, Ghana is the place to explore. In this video, I want you to journey with me as I go through a busy day and share a few mistakes I notice tourists make when they visit the motherland. If you definitely avoid these mistakes, your visit has just turned up a notch. Come along as I share some do's and don'ts when visiting Ghana. Hey family. Now let's jump right into it. So one of the first mistakes I think tourists do when they come to Ghana is not trying local food. How do you come to Ghana and not try local food? Like, how do you go anywhere and not try local food? To be honest, like, you should always try at least one or two of the native dishes from wherever you travel to. So I don't know why people will come here and not try some of these foods. I know you guys have seen in many of my videos me eating all types of Ghanaian food. I grew up eating Ghanaian food, so I don't have a problem. Like, when I came here, there was no culture shock in terms of food for me. But like, the food that I would recommend for sure for you guys to definitely try, you probably tried it already in America, but it's definitely start off with the rice dishes. I think that's a little easy on the stomach. So jollof rice, fried rice, watch it, which is pretty much rice and beans. So definitely try the rice dishes, and then from there I would jump into maybe the soups. You know, the soups are really prominent here, and I know for those of you who are thinking that my stomach is not really good when it comes to pepper, because I do need to warn you that a lot of Ghanaian dishes are spicy, but some places don't make it extremely spicy. Some places make it mild and then put extra pepper on the side. So if you like pepper, go ahead for it. But if you don't, I think you should always ask, you know, before taking it. But ain't nothing that Pepto-Bismol or Tums can't do, can't help you out with. So definitely when you come here, try the dishes, guys. Like, I feel like you won't be disappointed. Like, it's very flavorful. Ghanaian dishes are really, really, really flavorful. So like, try them, you know, and then just have the Pepto on the side. And if you feel like your stomach is one of those weak stomachs, then maybe I would suggest trying more restaurants than more street food, because some of the street food, like, you don't know how long it's been there. It could be, most of the time I feel like those are the ones that mess your stomach up. It's the street food, because even every now and then I feel like I can eat something from outside and I've been here long enough and it still kind of like, you know, affect me a little bit. So I would definitely say maybe stay away from the street food if you think it's going to be a problem, but then that's the best dishes. So I also suggest that stay away from the super peppery and soupy dishes when you first come. So even if you're here coming to live, like, I would take it easy. Gradually ease yourself into these dishes, because even me, I'm here all the time, and even when I first land, like, soupy dishes is not the first thing I go for. I go for more rice and stew dishes, because I think that's just a good way to ease your stomach into, you know, the food. So I would definitely suggest that you start off easy. But please, when you come here, don't make the mistake and just eat American dishes and just be gone. Like, yes, you can get the pizzas and you can get the burgers and the fries and everything like that, but that's not Ghanaian dishes. So please, guys, when you come, don't make the mistake and not try Ghanaian dishes. Be sure to try Ghanaian dishes. All right, so my second tip of the day would be, I feel like when tourists come, they feel like they can use their credit cards everywhere. Like, let me just explain that. So there is a lot of places here that you can use the POS machine and use your card, right? But Ghana is known to be a cash filled country. Like, people use cash to pay pretty much for everything. So when you go into the market, you need cash. Like, you can use like your card at like big supermarkets and things like that, but even the Uber drivers and boat drivers, they will prefer you to pay them cash or using the Momo platform, right? So that's either using mobile money through MTN, Telecel, or Chico or something like that. But most places you go to want to take, like, they want to take cash from you. So my biggest advice is that when you are coming down, bring cash, lots of it. You need to bring cash. You can change them at the forest bureaus when you come here to get the local currency, but bring cash. And bonus tip, which I've actually shared almost like every year when I put out my guide in preparation for when you come to Ghana to visit Ghana, is make sure you bring big notes, big denominations. So bring 50s and hundreds if you really can, because when you change them at the forest bureau, they actually give you a higher rate when you give them a bigger note. So for example, if you give them $100 note and currently the rate is, let's say, 15.5, they're going to give it to you at that 15.5. But if you give them, let's say, a $20 note or a $10 note, they might give it to you at 15.1 or 15.2. So you get more for your money if you give them a bigger note. So bring bigger notes. But I would really, really, really advise to carry cash with you when you come here. I'm not saying you can't not use your card. You can, but a lot of places just will prefer you to use cash. Like I said, even the drivers don't even like taking trips that are cards, because most times it's either because they probably owe the app or they just want to physically have the cash themselves to do whatever they want to do with it. So when you are coming down, make sure that you bring cash. Like I said, you can use your card, but I advise that you use cash, especially if you're going to be visiting places like the market, using local taxis and cars to get around, and even eating at local restaurants or buying street food. All of that requires cash, so keep that in mind. All right, guys, so another tip for the day. So when you come to Ghana, make sure you guys go to the local markets. Now, when you go to the local markets, you have to negotiate. Don't take the price for what they give you. They might just price it higher because of where you're from or how you dress. So negotiate when you go to the markets. Now, when you go to stores like Malcolm or China Mall, you can't negotiate there because they already got fixed prices. It's like a Walmart or like a BJ's or a Sam's Club. But when you come to the local markets like Makula, Medina Market, Dome Market, Adenta Market, negotiate. Feel free. You can negotiate. I don't like negotiate. I'm being honest with you guys. I usually take someone to negotiate with me, but if you have the spirit, be my guest. Negotiate as much as possible as you can so you can get good prices. But yeah, so just keep that in mind, and I'll tell you guys another tip later. So last piece of tip or advice for the day. Guys, when you guys come here to visit Ghana, keep in mind that people are not on time here at all. Like, I know, like, it can get so frustrating at times for me personally, but Ghanaians tend to be late to a lot of things. They would tell you that they're 5 minutes away when they're really an hour away. So communication is key. Just try to get people to be honest as possible and tell you where they are. Or if someone even invites you to an event, don't expect it to start on time, because things actually really start really late here. And at first, it used to bother me a lot when I first moved here. But as time went on, I kind of got a little bit used to it. But every now and then, it does get frustrating. But do keep that in mind when you are making plans to head over to something. Unless you know that person for sure and you know that they're a type of person that are on time to things, that's a different story. If it's an event that maybe has been around for some time, they may start on time. But most new things, and in general, I feel like even nightlife here starts really late. People don't, like, let's say the lounge or the bar opens like 9 p.m. People are strolling there at midnight. So they just really like doing things late here. So just keep that in mind and try not to get frustrated. That's what I can really tell you guys. But yes, that is my last tip for the day. And I hope all these tips have been super helpful or will be helpful when you decide to make your trip to Ghana.